It's your motherfucking boys.
Hey, yes, sir. Thank you for tuning in for another week. Make sure you like,
follow,
share,
subscribe. That's right. Don't be pocket watching unless you watching Pocket Watch Podcast, motherfuckers. That's right. Another week.
another dollar.
Another dollar. You already know what it is. Oh, jeez.
We're good.
Nah, that was crazy.
It fell, bro. It fell.
That was crazy, man.
It fell down low.
All
That's
right.
crazy.
We're going I want to start this episode off because we got a couple things in the tuck for y'all just to talk about whatever, but I wanted to start off the episode with a little quick reflection type thing. I just want to say, so when we started this podcast, right? I was going for the CPA.
Yes.
And I don't know what episode it was, but I talked about failing the CPA.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe 2-3 weeks later or so, I talked about starting my MBA.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was all on this podcast, which is fucking dope as fuck. I'm graduating in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Super fucking cool.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Woo! But that's not, so that's that, which is super cool. Zach's on point right now with the sound effects. Usually we don't know how to work this shit, but Zach right now is like, what? But with the thing I wanted to reflect on, like for the episode, was when I was doing my undergrad, I pretty much did like the first 80% of my undergrad, like I did high school. Like not like high school, but like I just need a pass. What do I need to pass? Yeah. And I did a lot of homework.
C's get degrees.
Like the accounting program is really, it's actually at UCF accounting, if you drop under a 3.0, you get kicked out of the program.
Oh shit.
So B's get degrees. And that's all I was looking for. I was like, B. You could actually get a C here and there as long as you get an A, whatever.
Yeah.
But I had 2 semesters left, and I was taking a summer semester before I had 2 semesters left. I had a summer semester, and I failed the fuck out of a class, bro. Like I summer semester is like really accelerated, and I had a summer. Like I went on vacation, bro. I had a summer semester that was accelerated. It was cost accounting too. That shit was kind of rough, and I had a whole summer. Like I didn't have fucking an accelerated course. Failed hard. I got a D. I freaked out because I dropped under the 3.0, and I thought I was getting, because I never researched any of the policies.
Yeah.
I dropped under a 3.0. I was freaking out because I thought I was about to get kicked out of the program. Yeah. I emailed a bunch of people like, hey, like, am I really about to get kicked out because of this one semester? I found out that they have like a grade forgiveness program. So as soon as you fail, you have to make it up the next semester.
Mm-hmm. Take it again.
So, but there was like a 2-week span that I didn't know that, and I was really depressed.
Shitting bricks.
Like you feel like you fucked up.
I was like, I'm an idiot. Like I chose to go to this resort instead of fucking just banging out some homework, and now I'm not gonna be an accountant anymore, and I have to choose another
career path,
another major, whatever. Like I was really disappointed in myself, and literally at the end of the second week, I found out, oh no, there's a grade forgiveness program, this and that. Pretty much, you need to execute hard as fuck to get yourself out of this. And I was like, and I just thought perspective wise, it was really cool because I was like really in the slumps. I was really depressed. You can ask her, Stan. Like I was for those 2 weeks, like I didn't like my life changed. Who was that?
My mom.
Aw. How's she doing, bro?
She's good.
Tell her I
good.
said
Answer
hi.
put on the pod.
No. yeah. Keep going.
Anyways, so at the end of the 2 weeks, I found out, oh, grade forgiveness, whatever. Literally, the next 2 semesters, I got A's. I fucking busted ass. That was actually one of my most prideful moments of my life, is like failing and then
Succeeding.
busting ass and getting A's and passing, right?
Yeah.
And literally, I couldn't get a B. I took 6 classes after that, 3 and 3, and I couldn't get a B in one of them. So I was like, bro, you guys, I never went hard. That lit the biggest fire in my ass, right?
Yeah.
Pause. No Diddy.
Well,
What? Yeah, did he?
Diddlers.
but you know what's really cool about that moment is, and following me graduating and failing the CPA is, and I was telling Christine last night, literally, when I was on my way home today, because I'm finishing up my last class of my last semester. And that semester that I failed was the last time, and that was, I graduated 2020, so that was 2019, middle of 2019. We are now in 2024. That was the last semester I got anything but an A at UCF.
Holy shit. Holy, that's an accomplishment. Well,
That's
fuck
huge,
yeah.
bro.
Hell yeah.
So that semester, ever since I failed that semester, I've never not seen an A come from a UCF grade book or whatever the case is.
That's huge, bro. That's really, really huge.
So I've failed CPA, so like it's not like I was like fucking golden from there. Totally fucking failed my CPA, but when I went to my MBA program, I got all A's in my program, in my MBA program.
Damn. And while working a full-time job.
And
while
taking
doing a
care of your dad.
podcast. And taking care of your pops. Yeah. That's a lot, bro. And not just that, but like it wasn't like you had like a basic job where you go to work and I don't want to like list jobs, but like it's not like you're going to work and doing something that's easy.
I'm stressing.
But you're in like in a
Yeah.
high stress job right now. Like
I
you're
just
doing a
thought
lot, you know.
That is I just wanted to reflect on that because that's the definition of, you know, how they say like some moments make you or break you.
Mm-hmm.
And you determine whether that moment makes you or breaks you.
Yeah, you guys fucking gave up.
And I would love to go back in time and tell myself at the end of that 2-week span when I was shitting on myself and I felt so bad, like, yo, you're never going to get anything but an A for the rest of your career at UCF.
But you know what though? Like,
And you're going to go back to school for 2 more years after this. And you're only going to see A's. That's it.
but you know what though? Sometimes
I'm
like sometimes we have to go through that, like that realization.
You
because,
have to.
Yeah.
because a part of you, you know, you probably didn't realize how important it was. And then when you went through that moment, you're like, then this shit actually matters. And I got to like tighten up. And that was kind of like your awakening. You know?
And I don't want to make it seem like I'm a smart kid, right? Because one thing is,
Now you're smart though.
but and it's all relative, right? Because I respect people that get their CPAs, but I was getting I'm in some bullshit ass leadership course for the last 3 weeks of this program.
Yeah.
But one thing that was really cool that I learned from the class was we took this assessment and it tells you your strengths, and the whole purpose of the program is find out your strengths and lean into your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses and try to bring your weaknesses up. No, what are your strengths? And how is your strengths going to get you where you want to be? Stop fucking around with your weaknesses. So, and it's kind of a good concept. Not that it's 100% correct, but it's a nice concept. And something that resonated with me while we were going through that was, hey, you know what's funny about that is when I was going for the CPA, I was so depressed. I fucking hated every second of studying. I felt like it was so irrelevant for what I was doing because CPA is a lot of you're getting ready to do accounting for Disney.
Yeah.
Like you're learning about 10Ks, 8Ks, all these statements that public companies need to do. And to me, I was like, the fuck? Like I'm doing manufacturing accounting and shit for whatever.
Yeah.
I was very depressed. And that was the first moment. And then I failed and then I tried again. And I got so depressed after that I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more. And then that's when we did the episode that I wanted to start my MBA. And hindsight, and then start my MBA, get all A's throughout the program. Hindsight, that was me leaning into my strengths. Hindsight, that was, yo, you're not like this number, like super highly numbered. Like you're not really, and I always knew that. I always thought, hey, I'll get my accounting degree. I'll be an accountant, but I'm going to be a different kind of accountant, which is true. But when you try to go to like do the best of the world that you're not really want to be a part of, that's when you find out where you don't belong.
Yeah.
And that's where I did. I was like, yo, I'm actually leaning into my weakness going for the CPA versus leaning into some of my strengths going for the MBA. And I actually spoke to the class about that, where I was like, you know what's really funny when she was talking about it was I struggled to get my undergrad and I got it. But I tried to lean into it even more, and I had a brutal awakening. And it wasn't just failing; it was like the process made me sick.
Yeah,
like the process
You're
sucked.
miserable.
And I said it was the most relieving and happy feeling I've ever had was my first semester in this MBA program. And I was like, I got this. Like I could do this.
Yeah, I remember whenever you did everything, you're like, bro, like the shit I'm doing for classwork right now is like what I do in my day-to-day life at my job. That's what you were saying.
bro, because the NBA is like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I was leaning into that, and it was like the best thing I ever could have done, and I never fucking looked back. And that's why I also wanted to reflect on it, because that proves the point of there is some value of understanding your strengths and leaning into that instead of focusing on your weaknesses and trying to improve, because there is some benefit to that. Don't get me wrong. But for example, if your strength is like you're in a individualization is one of the strengths where, you know, and that was one of my strengths. I like to use people different ways. So like not use people different ways, but I understand if we have something to get done, what Jacob might want to do, what Zach might want to do, and what I might want to do, and I'll do it in a way where we can be successful or whatever. If somebody's super, like I got people at work like this, somebody that's super adverse against like uncertainty, I make sure that there's like I'll give them as much information as possible, and then they start to kind of lean the way that we wanted them to. Yeah. Versus some people might be like, "Why the fuck aren't you just doing what we should be doing right now?" And it's like, well, because that's not a part of what we were supposed to. That person doesn't understand that this person's like, "No, you're getting me out of my zone." Yeah. It's like, no, first you get them out of their zone a little. You reassure them out of their zone.
But that's a lot of
fuck them.
That's a lot of leadership.
I'll just play.
That's a lot of leadership skill, though.
But that's the class.
And like I feel like a lot of that stuff though is hard to teach somebody.
But some people had strengths like they were super like execution, achiever, like task oriented type of things, right? Yeah. And that class says, okay, so you know these are your strengths. You lean into those. And what you do is when you're a leader, you find people that have your weaknesses. Their strengths are your weaknesses, and you use them.
And they balance it out.
To balance you out. So don't worry about your weaknesses. You're going to be a leader. You're going to, whatever the case is, focus on your strengths. And when it comes to other people, focus on their strengths that are your weaknesses. Yeah. Which is maybe the best way to say it.
That's huge.
So I just thought that was cool, because I was like, you know what? It's kind of ironic that this bitch is telling most of the time they tell you shit and you're just like, cool, that's from the textbook, whatever. Yeah. But when she was saying that, I was like, yo, I don't think I could explain that whole failing the CPA and getting straight A's in your MBA situation better than just lean into your strengths and you're gonna succeed. Because on one hand, it's like, would I rather have my CPA or my MBA? My CPA. I'd rather have my CPA. But is that leaning into my strengths? I could go hard for 2 years trying to get that shit. And would that be as beneficial as if I just fucking did what I did with my MBA? Yeah. No. Like we're not meant to do everything. We're gonna have our limitations everywhere.
I always say what's meant to be will be.
Boom. And part of that is leaning into your strengths.
Yeah. Yeah, like you never know how life's gonna be. And sometimes when you think that something's like a failure or something's not like is bad for you, you're like, oh, this moment's horrible, like I'm missing out. And then later on in your life, you look back and you reflect and you're like, you know what? Like me not going down that path was for a reason. Like you not doing you're not making your like you're not passing your CPA test. Who knows what the future has for you? And in 10 years, you might look back and be like, thank God I didn't pass my CPA.
Here's a good example too. Like, let's just say I never went for the MBA and it took me 1.5 years to get my CPA and I got it. Okay, but now you got to use it. And are you going to be good at using it? Maybe not. Maybe you're going to hate your career because you forced yourself to get something that wasn't your strength, and now you have to use it to make your money. And maybe I'm better off money-wise. Like maybe I'll be making more money if I was doing taxes and more eligible to work for big companies and shit like that. But also, I'm forcing myself into an area that maybe I'm not happy. And that was super clear when I did the year or so as senior accountant. And I didn't like that shit, bro. I was like, I love accounting. I hate working as an accountant. It's like, yo, I hope to God somebody's not getting married or a birthday or my bachelor party is not happening at the end or the beginning of a month or at the end of a quarter or at the end of a year.
You have all this shit going on.
Bro, and I joked with my boss about it, and literally when I was going through my transition, when I almost left and I ended up going back to IT, that's what I told him. I was like, this ain't for me, man. Like, I need projects. I don't like due date. Like, I like due dates. I don't like every month you're going to repeat the same thing, and you need to make sure it's all good.
Over and over.
And then you get 2 weeks of doing some fun shit. And that's how I thought about it. And that's how I knew I wasn't meant for it. In my mind, I was like, okay, I get 2 weeks of fun shit and then back to the 2 weeks, 4 weeks of bullshit.
The
2 weeks leading in and 2 weeks at the of doing that. And it's like, oh, so most of this I don't like. The only thing I do like is when I'm in the middle of the month and I get to fuck around and try to do different things and implement processes and stuff to make it better for us. But then I got to stop that because we got to start doing end of month and shit like that. So I was like, man, that kind of resonated with me a little bit. And I think it should resonate with anybody in anything and whatever they're doing, where it's like, and it was hard for me because throughout my whole program, throughout my whole undergrad, everybody talks about big fives. If you don't go to a big five, you ain't shit. I definitely didn't do that. I got into a big five through IT, which was really cool for me. But also all the professors throughout my undergrad, like, you're going for your CPA. Like, we are doing this program so you can pass your CPA. Like, that's your purpose. Like, you're going to go work for an accounting firm and you can't progress in an accounting firm without getting your CPA. Like, this is what it's for, and you're going to go make bread. And that's how everybody thinks. So for me to take the path that I ended up taking, I'm the only person in my MBA program with an accounting degree. Why? Because accountants don't get their MBA. They get their CPA or their master's in accounting. And that was something that stood out to me at the beginning of the program. And I was kind of like, fuck, like, what am I doing, man? Yeah. But now I could not be more grateful that I made that decision. Because,
but it kind of helped you, though. Like, you getting your accounting degree helped you with your MBA, no?
Oh, I would, you know what's funny? If I had this MBA or accounting degree, I'll throw that MBA in the trash.
Really?
Yeah, like 10 times out of 10. Like, I don't think I get an immediate benefit from getting my MBA.
Besides saying you have an MBA.
I get a long-term benefit. So 10, 15 years from now, if there's certain positions I'll be eligible for, it's probably because I have the MBA on top of it.
Yeah.
And it allows me to get into operations, IT, shit like that, where it's like, oh, so he's subject matter expert in accounting, but he's well-rounded with MBA.
Yeah.
Or you want to go be a director of operations? Cool, because if you had your master's in accounting or CPA, like, that's like, yo, like, what are you doing in operations? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
MBA is like, oh, like, you got a little specialty and you're well-rounded in this area or whatever. So I don't know, man.
That's
I just
dope.
think I'm trying to think of another example because this was super specific, but I also say that to say, like, fuck what people think. Do what's best for you. And like,
absolutely.
Because would I rather have the CPA than MBA? Like, yes, the CPA is so much better, but it's not for me. So I'm gonna do what's best for me. You know what I mean? Which is going down this route.
I think right now you're saying that the CPA would be better for you, but I think long term, I think you're gonna find yourself in a position that you're gonna look back and be like, "Thank God I didn't get my CPA, bro."
No,
yeah, he looks at it that way. I think
I think if you were to get your CPA, I think it would limit where you can go.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, I think that you're gonna blow it out the water because, like, right now you're saying, like, oh, the CPA is better than the MBA. But I think in the future, with what you're gonna do with your MBA, is going to look back and be like, my CPA wouldn't have let me grow this much.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cause I think you're gonna find yourself farther than I think you believe yourself in to be.
We'll see, man. That's the goal, bro. You know what's really cool too? That episode that I mentioned that I was going for my MBA, I remember Zach goes, "Oh, you want to be director of operations or something like that?" And it's like, yeah, bro. 2 years later, it's like that's
kind of the goal almost.
I mean, it's not
the goal, but
per se the goal, but that's a valid option that I would love to go down. But
you give yourself options you're gonna be happy with. You're not giving yourself options you're miserable.
Like, that's also a different equivalent of, like, fuck school, like, fuck the degree.
Yeah.
Just because the degree, quote unquote, is what I'm supposed to get, does that mean that it's gonna put me down the path that I'm good at in my path, or whatever the case is? Or fuck the certifications or the degrees that everybody knows about is the thing that everybody thinks they need to get, and then the things that not as many people know about, people feel like, well, I'm gonna take a step down and just do this or whatever, and they feel lesser than doing that. And it's like, hell no. You know what I mean? Like, bro, shout out to Christine's mom. I mean, she works at a CPA firm, right? She works at a CPA firm. She helps. She doesn't do taxes or nothing. But the guy that does everything, that runs shit in that company, doesn't have a CPA. He's got certifications on deck. Like all the certifications in taxes that you ever could think about, he's got them. The only reason why they're a CPA firm is because the owner is a CPA.
I don't know why he just at this point just go take the fucking test and get it out the way.
You know why? Because he's got to learn how to do public reporting. And he's like, fam, taxes is one test of the CPA. There's 4 exams.
Yeah.
Taxes is one of them. And that's why that guy's not going to get a CPA. He's like, no,
that's pointless.
I will there's CPAs I won't trust with my taxes. And this guy's like, I will out tax anybody. I mean, I don't know the guy, but I'm just assuming. Let's just say that guy exists. He's got all the certifications in taxes. He's like, I'm not going to go get my CPA because I don't want to learn about a 10K, 8K. I don't want to learn about all the SEC filings and shit like that because I don't work with public companies. I work for a small CPA firm in Kissimmee that fucking runs shit for all the businesses around it, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah.
And that guy's making fucking bread because the guy that owns the company that don't work no more, that is the CPA, is like, you're keeping my business going. I don't know. That's another example, I guess.
True.
Smart.
It's kind of
Utilize his license.
lean into your strengths. That's the moral of that story. Lean into your strengths. Lean into your fucking strengths, man. And that goes, you know, if it means being. Some people are just fucking badasses, and most of us are not badasses. I had a professor last semester tell me, he kept putting, like in all of his rubrics, like, most of you guys are average. Like don't be offended by your grades or whatever, because most of you are average. Like by definition, if everybody was above average, you're not
Average.
You're average.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like, and it is very true. So I mean, most of us are not above average, like in most things, but there are certain things that we are above average in. And wasting time in shit that you're average or below average in, you're battling against people that are fucking great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's no different than you decide you want to go be a UFC fighter tomorrow and you go get your ass beat, right? It's no different. No, actually, I'm going to go sell some fucking houses because that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good talk. What time are we at? Because I got a couple things.
We're at 22.
22? Okay. One more quick lighthearted thing, and then we're going to get into World War III. Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
Y'all been hearing about
yes.
Caitlin Clark?
I looked into
Are you kidding me, Jacob? You never heard about Caitlin Clark?
I looked into it pretty
That's
hard.
WNBA.
Yeah.
No, she's
It
first
is
of all, for
it is.
Iowa, she's in the WNBA now, which is
yeah.
what I want to talk about. But
Okay.
Caitlin Clark, the past 2-3 years have been balling out at Iowa, which my whole family loves her.
Which the hype, she's created more hype for like females college basketball than
Bro, she's the Iowa, like there's lines outside the doors,
Yeah.
like trying to get in to watch her.
Watch her.
she's
Have you-
hype. Yeah, she's hype.
Do
She's
me a-
hyped college basketball.
Do me a favor after this episode, search her. She
She went. Didn't she go like shot for shot with Stephen Curry for freaking threes?
She is for sure.
She just barely lost to Stephen for 3-point shootout.
She
Just
is
barely.
She is very
She
much
balls.
prime
Yeah.
Steph. Think of prime Steph,
Yeah.
but a girl playing in.
And not just that, but she's still college, bro, which means that she has a lot of time to
Girls play basketball.
grow her skills. Damn it.
No, but she about to change shit.
No,
I agree
I
with
agree.
Jacob. I agree. Like nobody gives a fuck about that WNBA, bro.
But
she
she's
just
dunking
got
and
signed.
shit.
So she just won the NCAA finals with
Yeah.
Iowa. She broke the all-time NCAA scoring record. She's shooting from the logo. Like she's shooting from the logo.
Half courts.
Like no problem. Like the point that she made that broke the record was right in front of the logo. She's 5 feet behind the 3-point line. She's a fucking monster.
Okay.
She just signed with the Indianapolis something. She just signed in Indy,
Indiana.
WNBA. She's about to go straight into the season. Whatever. My thing that I wanted to talk about.
What's her pay?
Well, there's
That's under a lot of scrutiny right now.
she
She got like a 4-year contract for like 300 and something, like
I did see that
$370,000.
post. 90,000 the first year, 75 the second year, some shit like
No,
that.
yeah, 75 for the first year. I think it's like 80 something the second, like 90 something for like the third or something like that. And the fourth year is like 104 option or 98 something option. And then like a lot of people were throwing a lot of complaining about it because there's like 4 players on her team that are making way more. And people are like, well, like, how come you're bringing her in at the same pay as everybody else?
Well, because she's a rookie, and that's the draft, right? It's built into the draft what you get at a certain pick.
Yeah, but so you're gonna tell me that Bronny James is gonna be the lowest paid person on the team that he gets drafted on?
Yeah. Brock Purdy's getting paid 800,000.
But here's the thing. So like,
yeah, but Brock Purdy wasn't the college superstar like that.
no, true.
You're talking about You're talking about the #1 college superstar in the fucking women's basketball that got drafted to the NBA
but
for $75,000.
NBA is a lot different, right? So first round picks in the NBA, they get paid pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's part of it is like Caitlin's getting paid like shit, but it's also because the WNBA don't pay that much, right?
Exactly.
But
yes and no, but there's a lot of people, bro. There's a lot of WNBA players that are making over $250,000 a year.
But you know what they're doing? She's doing what LeBron does, where I'm gonna take the minimum, the max,
and take the sponsorships.
And
that's what I think too.
My team, LeBron is not a billionaire because of his NBA contracts.
She's so big, by the way, that I saw the post in Indiana. I think already sold out their whole season tickets.
Done, sold out. So my real question,
that's the power that she has, bro.
Bro, it's crazy, man.
That's pretty significant for a female.
So cool,
not to be like gender rule type of shit, but we've got to be honest.
No, but
ain't no females done that yet.
No, she balls though, bro. Like she's dropping. What is it? Like what was the highest scoring game? I forgot. It was like 60 points, something like that.
Like she's fucking killing.
She's balling, bro,
and doing it with like threes and shit. Like it's really crazy.
Maybe they can get more of her on the court. WNBA could be like NBA.
Wait, what?
Get more of her, like different type of females like her.
I will say that over the years, we've definitely seen like a growth in like talent.
Because there's the two
basketball.
girls at LSU that are balling. Like,
yeah.
But here's the thing: is Caitlin's the reason why those girls got popping. So like last year, LSU beat Iowa, and the reason why it was so hype was because the girl, and you know what, we don't know her name. It's okay. But the girl was smacking the floor and then they won. The girls from LSU.
We talked about it whenever it happened.
And they balled out and it was great. And then LSU won. This year they played. Caitlin fucking put buckets on their ass.
Yeah.
And then they won that shit. It is heating up. The competition is getting better and it is cool. But unless you got that awe factor like Caitlin's got, it's not. I will watch a WNBA game this season.
They were saying
for
that
the first time ever.
Thank you.
They were saying the women's college basketball game was more streamed. And I forgot what they compared it to, but they compared it to like a lot of men's top league sports.
One thing I'm really interested in, because the first thing is cool. Season tickets sold out, whatever. Like that one what's crazy is that was expected, right?
Yeah.
But every time LeBron would move to a different team, they always talk about how he boosts the economy for that city.
Yes.
I would love to know or see what happens with Indianapolis, because Indianapolis is already a big city. It's like a Midwest central type of state. But I would love to see what her presence does for the economy of that city, because they talk about when LeBron left Cleveland, it hurt the city. When he leaves, like it didn't just hurt the team, it hurt the economy of the city when LeBron left Cleveland. Yeah. I would love to see what the entrance of CAITLINCLARK into Indianapolis does for the city.
No, I agree.
Like, come on,
pretty
bro.
dope, though. You know, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and
I don't really watch women's sports like that. I don't watch men's sports either. But I give flowers where it's due. You know what I mean,
bro? Like
I think her pay is bullshit. I really hope that she gets crazy sponsorship deals that like blows it out of the water, which I think she will. But nonetheless, I think it's bullshit that they brought her in at $75K, bro.
During the Final Four, I was at a resort at a pool, and bro, there's people with iPads out. There's people surrounded around the bar, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck is on?" And it was girls college basketball.
Wow.
And Caitlin was fucking.
Bro, I'm telling you,
she changes shit, bro. That's gotta be so dope.
It's gonna take more than just her.
Yeah, I know.
But you know what it does is just like her talent and people beating her heightens those girls up. I think that effect might start to take place, right? Like people are gonna watch because of her and her talent, but those that beat her and like super competitive and shit, it raises those people up and makes them characters and shit like that. And I think.
Yeah,
I think that's the best case that they.
I think it's gonna take a while for us to like really see it blow, and the reason why is purely because I feel like not many girls go and play basketball, whereas like a lot of fucking boys go and play basketball when they're young, And I feel like there's a lot of hidden talent that never actually got exposed because they never went and played.
Well, the problem to me is, so Caitlin Clark is the only way the WNBA blows up. You know why? Because part of the reason why I do think the NBA is fire is because the average guy can catch an alley-oop and slam that shit down.
Yeah.
The average girl is not dunking
Right now.
But they're not, like, it's not
a wow factor.
Yeah,
to
like
There's
if
no
you
wow
watch
factors.
like the two like if you're watching the Cavs
But you know what though?
and whatever, you know you're gonna see some dunks. You're
Yeah.
gonna see some crazy
3
play.
points.
Or
some dribbles.
something that they can substitute is instead of focusing on trying to learn to get better at their dunk and stuff like that,
Shooting like a motherfucker.
they
like Caitlin.
they can dial in that fucking that they can dial that shit in, bro.
If girls are out there shooting like Steph and shit like that, yes.
And dribbling like Allen Iverson.
And that's Caitlin is nice like that, bro. You gotta Google her, bro.
Yeah,
I saw a video of her in high school, and just imagine you're in high school, right? And you stay after class to watch a game, and they were playing away, and there was this group of guys. There was like fucking 10 dudes, and the stadiums were packed, and they were like overrated, yeah. And she looked at it and she was laughing, bro. And then they show the highlights of her during that game, and she is literally turn around, logo, fucking bro, logo. Like those are the things that's fucking crazy. My main thing for bringing that up was like I'm gonna be, that'll be like one of the first female like basketball athletes to actually make an economy impact.
I hope
like,
they start allowing sports betting.
They don't. Yeah, WNBA isn't on the sports betting.
No.
is it?
they're not.
No, the WNBA is not, and women's college basketball isn't.
You know why it's not though?
Why?
Because of the books. So
Wait,
legally,
Ling-a-ling.
the books are supposed to know as much as we are supposed to know. Like they're not allowed to get inside information and trade and change numbers.
Yeah.
They're supposed to know as much as we're supposed to know. But they're gonna do 110 times more research than we are, right? But technically, they're not supposed to know anything that's not available
That
to
we
the
can't
public.
search up and find.
Exactly. So for sure, the books are gonna know more than us because we don't research shit. But the guy that's all day researching and doing his numbers and stuff, the books are not supposed to know more than that person. I bet you for sure there's like a cost to opening it up to more and more sports. Right?
Yeah,
like, okay, now we gotta
a lot
fucking
of-
know
a lot of
WNBA shit.
A lot of people bet on sports that they didn't even watch just because they know that they can like make quick bucks off of certain stats.
Dude, I bet
Yep.
on hockey like 2 days ago. I don't fucking watch
I bet
Hockey's
on hockey,
getting big, bro.
Hockey, bro, you can make some fucking money on, bro, because the odds on hockey are so high, bro.
Bro, did you guys see? I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. 5-on-5. Like as soon as they dropped the puck,
Yeah, I seen that.
everybody dropped their sticks and started fighting.
Come to a game with us, me and Melissa. We go to the Solar Bears in Orlando, bro.
I'm down, bro.
Come to a game with us, bro.
I actually went what they do at the Amway or Kia Center now.
Yeah.
The Solar Bears.
They have Solar Bears, but they do like preseason games. So I went and seen Tampa Bay
Lightning.
and the Florida Panthers
Yes,
play against each other, and they were brawling, bro.
But
hockey is
the
basically
Lightning
a
is
boxing match
nice though.
mixed with,
But
like,
Tampa's a little bit of a drive. That's why.
but no, they played at the Kia Center.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
it ain't Kia Center, bro. It's Amway Center. Fuck that.
I
name
know
change.
that shit threw me the fuck off.
We
bro.
in the O, bro. Fuck
Fun
that
fact:
Kia.
I went to see a Bucks Magic game last weekend, and ain't it some shit? The game you go see is the game that everybody fucking sucks, bro. Dame had he was 2 buckets for like 13. Like he only made 2 buckets, and he had like fucking 10 misses
Tries.
and shit like that. I'm like, damn, bro, this ain't the type of shit I'm trying to see. The fuck? Ain't that some shit? What time we got?
35.
All right, let's get to this real quick. Yeah. World War III is coming, guys.
All right, that's it, guys. Not playing.
Peace out. Pocket watch out.
World War III. Good luck.
So we're gonna sound really stupid. That's why we saved this to the end. But
Because only like 10% of you guys are gonna listen.
what? Okay, so last I heard, obviously there's the Israel-Palestine shit going on. Obviously there's the Ukraine and Russia shit going on. Recently, and not recently by the time this drops out,
We can drop this Monday.
we probably should.
because of the Caitlin Clark.
We could push the other ones out. But from last I heard,
Iran started it. Well, I kind of.
Israel's being a dick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, Israel. So like, embassies are like sovereign land. You're not supposed to blow up embassies in other people's countries, right? Apparently, there was Iran, like high level Iran people in a building next to an embassy, and that Israel blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily the embassy, but it was a building right next to the embassy.
And they had people in it, yeah.
Iran didn't want to look like pussies, so they did like a soft attack. So they send out fucking shit ton of drones to drop bombs. 99% of them got intercepted, right? There is a theory on that Iran was trying to figure out
where their stuff was.
Yeah, that was like one of the things like, okay, where can they intercept us? Because it's going over a lot of different countries or whatever. And part of that was like, oh, Iran's just not trying to look pussy. They're trying to show, puff their chest a little bit, whatever. Fast forward, Zach, when I came in today, what was it?
Israel bombed Iran.
What the fuck is up with these guys, bro?
I don't know. The Middle East is going crazy right now, bro.
And we're so here's why is it World War III? We are in alliance with Iran. No, Israel.
We're not with Iran.
Iran is in alliance with China and Russia.
Yeah, they're like part of that stuff. Yep.
So now we are officially supporting Ukraine against Russia, and we have been supporting Israel against Pakistan.
Pakistan or Palestine?
Palestine, and Israel just wage they're beefing with.
It's war. It's war after that,
bruh.
If you bomb the country directly, that's war, bro. Which it's like. I'm not worried about Russia, but China. But that's why I don't understand how we can have war these days, right? Because it's like, Russia don't want to fuck with us. But if they got China and all this other shit, okay, crazy. But does China want to fuck with us? Because that's mutually assured destruction. It's weird to me because it seems like we're fighting each other like proxy through our alliances.
Yeah.
That's what it feels
like.
It's like, okay, we're not going to attack you directly, Russia. Russia's like, we're not going to attack the USA
but we're going to
directly.
fund the fuck out of little man.
Yeah.
And we're going to let these kids fight.
Exactly. That's what it's feeling like to me. Is like, we're like letting them fucking like kill each other. We can't
do that. Because if you think about China, like, yes, they're powerful. Yes, because they have numbers and resources and they are communist. Like, they're a communist nation or whatever that they can control better than we could ever control. But imagine you're like this top business and you have a big competitor, but that big competitor happens to be your biggest customer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, all right, we could take them out, but like, who the fuck's gonna
buy?
Yeah, like that's our biggest source of revenue. The only issue that I do see is since COVID, a lot of U.S. companies has diversified their supply chains, but because of COVID, shit shut down. Why? Because China, a lot of it was China. Since then, a lot of businesses were like, "Well, we need to kind of like not
come in house,
in house or Taiwan or this place, like just in general, other places than China, which is good for us, right?"
That's what happened to Sriracha.
But it starts to become like, maybe we're not as big of a customer to China as we once were.
Oh man!
And does that matter? But
I don't think that's the case.
I think, I agree. I agree too. We're the biggest consumers in the world. Like every country wants us to be their customer.
Absolutely.
You can shit on the United States. We suck. We're this. We're that. But regardless, we're the biggest consumers in the world. Like if you have a big customer base in the United States, you're doing well. Yeah. Like, because we consume like motherfuckers.
And I think that has to do with it, but I also think it's the fact that like everybody knows that if anybody attacked the U.S., it's like 1,000% confirmed World War.
So every time World War pops up, I think about draft. So they've already started drafting in Russia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I just think about drafting these days is kind of wild.
Well, that is wild.
People can't even leave.
Yeah.
And
damn, my brother just fucked me, bro. I just thought about my younger brother just fucked me.
Why?
I'm not my mom's only son anymore. Ooh. You're good. You can't get drafted.
Because I'm an only child.
You're an only child.
Let's go!
They can't draft the only boy, at least unless the rules have changed. But I'm pretty sure the rule is that one of them is that they can't take their only son.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you gonna take? Mama's only boy?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Let's go.
Because you can kill like the
Yo,
family.
But y'all fighting for the cause, bro.
I got
Yeah,
too many
bro.
brothers and sisters, bro.
I know. My little brother fucked me over, bro.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'll go in there and I'll break my leg the first time. I'll be just honestly just.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
So
I'm AWOL in that.
I
bitch.
will literally fucking jump off the fucking. Oh, this is a 4-story tower.
I have, and shit gets weird when they start drafting because I'm not saying the states would do it, but like, so one of my coworkers is he does professional paintball, and 2 of his teammates are from Russia, and they have not been able to participate in the events because there's an open draft. So it's like, as long as there's an open draft, like you're draft eligible, you can't leave the country. Which makes sense. We have a draft. You're eligible. Not that you're getting picked up.
You know, last night when everything was going on, I low key was thinking about everything because you know, like all those videos that surfaced about all like those people that were crossing the border, all those camps and everything like that, the millions and millions of people. You didn't really see many women and children. It was a lot of men.
Yeah.
And a lot of men with like military backgrounds for that. Like they were interviewing. There was a lot of people from like Senegal, so that you were like ex-military. And I was like, damn, it's almost as if we're doing like an international draft.
Which is one thing
Which is
we
what I
got
was
for
thinking.
us. Like, I wonder, and it's kind of the fucked up thing too, because
We just brought 4 million motherfuckers across that border, bro.
yeah, but even like a lot of our territories, like I forgot it was like Guam or something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of those places, bro. A majority of them fought for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like that, like, and while it's kind of fucked up, it is kind of our method of recruiting and this and that. And when you are a powerhouse a little bit, you can kind of do that. But the question is like, what if they started drafting in the U.S., bro?
Dude, what if, and not to be racist.
I think we're far from that, but that's crazy, though. That would be a crazy thing to be going through.
So talking about the border, right? What if we did a quid pro quo? Like, all right, y'all want citizenship?
You just have to be eligible. You have
Find
to
the
be
army.
draft eligible.
Yeah, no. Fuck that. What do we say? Yeah, if y'all find our army for 1 year, for two years.
We did that already.
We give you citizenship. I know we did that in the past. I'm talking about in the future. Like, we do that now.
again.
We do it again. Like, hey, guys.
They'll do it again. And what they'll do is that we'll provide housing for your family.
Yeah.
You guys come over. Your family will be safe. They'll be taken care of. You go out. And then if everything goes good, you come back home, then you get your citizenship. If not, then we'll give them
Take care of your family. Yeah.
They did that in the past, and I'm sure that will be a viable option if it ever got to that point and our numbers dwindled that much.
I just think too, like,
That's like worst case.
it's kind of sad, man, because like on certain things, like when you talk about World War II and shit, like there was a cause. Like, there was a real cause. Like, you trying to shut out Germany. You trying to shut those motherfuckers down. They're doing some wild shit.
Yeah, no, there's nothing going on right now.
There's not enough cause to have a draft.
No, it's just like my dick's bigger. I got nuclear bombs. My nuclear bombs can reach you. No, my nuclear bombs can reach you. It's the stupidest shit
And
right
it's
now.
kind of sad, you know?
Yeah.
But then part of me also is like, I would, like, and it's kind of sad that it's a bad thing to say that, like, I love the United States. Like, I am proud of the United States.
Yeah.
And it's really sad that, like, you can't say that anymore, really, without sounding like, oh, like, that means you like this and this and this. It's like, no, that sucks. That's stupid. But can't we be proud of being a citizen of the United States or being a part of the United States of America?
I'm still proud to say I'm still proud of it. And the reason why is because you go to any third world country in this world and ask them where they would want to go. And I guarantee 95% of them are going to say USA.
Yeah, but that's proud, like, being a rich kid, not proud like I have fucking like yeah, like I got pride in this, right? That's being like, I'm grateful.
Like, I love
the
freedom. I love.
No, but
I'm grateful.
I gain pride from that because I know that what we have. I know that it's a lot of it's just fucking
but it's
washed
not
with
enough
bullshit.
pride to go fight, right? Like that is a weird part that we have built.
For me,
by
the biggest thing is just life, bro. It's not even worried about a pride. What is prideful, so prideful to you that you're willing to risk your life for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's so different these days than it used to be.
And
when we talk about World War II, we're also talking about, like, when we talk about housing market, when we talk about all these other things, we're talking about we had less than half the people we have in the States these days during those times. So pride was a real thing. It was a big thing, especially if you give a reason and propaganda was so much easily. That's another thing. Imagine going through those times with the same thing we have now. What if the story is not so clear?
Mm-hmm.
What if the story wasn't as clear as it was when they had a fucking chokehold on the news?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, man. Because these days it's like nothing's clear, bro. Everybody's a piece of shit. Everybody's
Yeah.
a dickhead. Like Zach said, everybody's trying to put their dick on the table. I ain't fighting to see how big your dick is.
That's my thing. It would be different if there was like something that was actually like needed.
Crazy.
But like the shit that's going on right now is for what? It's for what? It's like, bro,
No.
there's so much on this earth that we could easily just live amongst each other with so much peace. And the worst part is that if we just lived amongst each other with just peace, we would have so much more.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
oh yeah, 1000%. Last thing on this. These days, different from like, and I feel like it's the same in the past, but these days, I do think what war is these days is a battle of financial attrition. So
what is attrition? What is I know what financial is, but I don't know what attrition.
So for example, there was one event. So we gave Ukraine a bunch of these. Let's just say it was
javelins,
$100,000
Rocket launch.
bazookas,
javelins, probably for like the anti
helicopter. They're meant to take out helicopters.
Oh, okay.
So the thing
homing
is like,
launchers.
hey, if we're only spending $100,000 a pop on those, but they're spending $100 million a pop on their helicopters, they can't fight you anymore because for every time we interact, you're using one of our $100,000 weapons to blow up your $100 million weapon, and eventually you don't even want to be a part of that anymore.
Yeah.
The other example was with the cost. So when Iran put all those little like drones out, that was cheap for them. But the cost for the defense to blow 99% of those was like triple, quadruple the amount because it's so much hard. It'd be like, how much does it cost for you to shoot a gun versus the thing to intercept the bullet?
Mm-hmm.
That thing costs.
You want to hear something
intercepting
crazy?
the bullet is way harder than shooting the fucking gun.
You want to hear something crazy? You know what was just announced this week too? At least from like what I saw this week. Maybe it was done a couple weeks ago. But they had the first AI dogfight. Like plane. They used, I think it was the F-15, if I'm not mistaken. And what they did is they basically went in and they remodeled the whole thing. They put AI components in it, and they had a human go against an AI controlled F-15. And they battled it out. And it's crazy because they were saying that like it did like really good. They didn't say whether it won or lost. They didn't specify. But they said like they were actually very impressed with how good it did.
And it will be better.
And that's what they were saying. They were thinking like in like every time they said like every time that it would get a loss, it would make sure they never made that mistake again. But something I was thinking about is that AI is not susceptible to G-force anymore. So that means that we can engineer more than we can, because at this point we're stuck with engineering based off of what the human body can handle. Like oh, we can't do that because there's too much G-force and you're gonna kill yourself. Like sometimes these fighter pilots are getting 10 Gs at a time, bro, for certain turns. That's insane.
Yeah.
The AI doesn't feel that.
You'd be an alien in that bitch.
Exactly. But that's what I was getting to. But nonetheless, we're no longer losing lives.
Yeah, and then it becomes a war of attrition, financial attrition.
Exactly.
Who has the most resources to win this war?
Exactly.
Which a lot of wars are that way, but you're also losing lives with it.
Yes. But
this
I was
is straight up.
What I was going to say is like that's ideal too, because you're losing a lot less lives in that situation. And not just that, man, but like if we have AI and they don't come with the AI, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I put it on to the AI, especially if they can all communicate, like it's like a network. So like as one person learns, they all learn simultaneously instead of like individually.
That's the scary part too, is they say like every big fucking change in life, like every big leap we've made as civilizations, every big leap we've made as a civilization has been after wars.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be one thing that's interesting, because imagine, okay, because of the war, because we have this World War III, we got a bunch of AI fighter jets going crazy. Boom. It took
robotics.
It took 2 years, 3 years, right?
It's crazy though.
War is over, and now you got AIs flying planes and shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they did so great in the freaking like, because like,
So
and honestly, one of the
we
reasons
gave
why
AI that power because we wanted to win a war. But then
Yeah.
when we win the war or lose the war, whatever, post-war, the AI still kind of got that power.
and one of the reasons why I think we see so much growth is because during like those troubling times, we kind of limit like protocol and a lot of safety measures, and so like technology advancements get pushed a lot faster because like
Pushing the limit.
like protocols and safety requirements are reduced because they need the time factor. You've seen that for a lot of like aviation advancements.
Yep.
A lot of them are like, usually, you know, this project might take 10 years, but the government said we need this shit in a year or 2 years. And they just did it. And like, they weren't sure how things were going to be, but they just did it and it happened to work.
Some things work out.
Exactly. And I think that's also the reason why we see advancements like that. But either way, I hope it doesn't get to that point.
No, bro. Like, it's not. I don't know. We're spoiled, maybe. So maybe that's why we think that way. But fuck, bro. Like,
I just want to go make my money, come home and play some fighter jet video games. I don't want to go play real life
play
Call
some
of Duty.
co-op Madden.
I don't want to.
I want a real Call of Duty, bro.
I don't want to play real life Call
I've
of
been winning
Duty.
shit
Bro.
my whole life. What are you talking about?
Y'all gotta give me like 12 months to get in shape, though, man. I'm not ready for that, bro. Y'all put me out there right now. I'm gonna run fucking a quarter mile and be like, hold up.
Dude, I'm ready. I know how to slide. I know how to jump and shoot. You know, I got this.
Hold on, though. Like, I know this isn't like a laughing matter, but let's be serious. Could you imagine like getting a bunch of Call of Duty guys like,
We'll be a bunch of sweats. We'll be fucking shit
they're
up,
like,
bro.
yo, these guys are just slide canceling everywhere.
Bro, I recently watched.
Be cocaine.
I recently watched the movie Hacksaw Ridge or some shit
I
like
saw
that.
that one. Yeah.
Fire movie. But throughout the movie, I was thinking like, you got me fucked up. Like, bro, if I'm running in and you know you're running towards enemies,
Yeah.
just because the guys in front of me are running and we don't see shit, not one person was like, guys, do you know where the fuck you're going right now? Or are you just running into enemy territory like blindly until somebody gets murked, then you guys start taking cover and strategizing. Fuck you. I'm gonna take cover right now and strategize. Like, I could not blindly walk into death.
I mean, but then again, think about D-Day. I mean, they legit knew before they got the boat, people were just getting fucking murked.
Nope.
And they had to. They had to brush the damn fucking the fucking bomb shelters and shit so like they can get to the turrets and fucking stop it.
Nope. I'd rather
Millions of people died on that beach, but guess what? They got it. And that was a big pivotal advantage to ending World War II.
Don't get me wrong.
It sucks.
Don't get me wrong. If I'm in a situation where I have control and I can die, I'll take that. I'm not no frontline motherfucker, bro.
I don't want to be either, bro.
Everybody on the front line is about to get
murked.
murked. And if I'm on the front line, you got me fucked. This ain't no movie, bro.
I'll be the drone operator.
Yeah, because in the movies, the main characters are in the front line. Yeah, in real life, the main characters are in the back strategizing that shit. Like, fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
I'm gonna get really good and smart and
If
fucking.
nobody wanted to be in the front
drone
line,
mechanics.
guess we would never win.
Yo, thank you for telling me. I'm an only child, bro.
Yeah, you're good for real, bro.
Yo, y'all need like your books done or something.
Cruz gonna come out of this is like one of the only like
Accountant
surviving men alive. All I gotta say is if you're an only child and then like we do go to World War and we come out of it and you're still single, you're fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
Because the male to female ratio is gonna be so high, bro.
Oh,
Like,
that's lit. Oh, that's
you're gonna
lit.
be married already, bro. You're done.
Nah, but like,
But like what?
I'm a product of divorce.
That's funny.
Sadly, he's being
All right,
honest.
we out here.
We
Thank you
outta
for
here.
watching.
Pocket watch.
Out.
No, wait, hold on. Wait. Make sure you guys like
Follow.
Share.
and subscribe.
Pocket
Pocket watch. Out.